Vicious destruction and unreal beauty made up day two exploring Afghanistan. Now totally blended in with my local garb, we headed out of Kabul into the mountainous landscape of the north, but not before making a stop at the Big Apple of Afghanistan, a town called Maidan, which serves as a crossroads leading to many parts of the country. 3 meals a day is the norm, so we had to get our kebab in early. Afghans make the best kebab I've ever had in my life. Belly full of lamb, we carried on for the several-hour ride through the deep countryside. Before long, we got incredible views of stunning snow-capped peaks from the highway. All I could think about was how it had been 24 hours, and already it was obvious that this was an unconquerable country, ideologically committed people in a land of towering mountains. Good luck. The views persisted, which kept us stopping fairly regularly to take them in. Streams, picturesque villages, and more mountains. Whoever thought this place was a desert is sorely mistaken. Finally, we made it to the main event of the day, Bamyan. Bamyan is one of the most visited places in the country. First up, we had the infamous city of Screams. In 1221, resistance by Islamic rulers of this fortified city led to the death of the favorite grandson of a name you might be familiar with, Genghis Khan. Devastated by the loss of his grandson, Genghis Khan destroyed the city and slaughtered the inhabitants, and there it earned the name it holds to this day. From the top of the ancient citadel, there is a view across the valley to the main attraction of Bamyan, where once there was the Buddhas of Bamyan. It was time to make our way there. On our way, we stopped to have a look at a field of destroyed Soviet tanks from the 1980s, yet another empire laid waste in these perilous lands. Finally, we arrived, first to the snicker-loving children of the area, and then to where the Buddhas of Bamyan once stood. In 2001, the Taliban totally destroyed the 6th century UNESCO-designated Buddhist statues of Bamyan. Their justification was that UNESCO only cared about these anti-Islamic idols and not the poor of the country. So instead of using the money they could have generated for the people, they reduced them to rubble. And funny enough, they even built sheds to protect the rubble that's now sat there for nearly 25 years, which I definitely did not take a souvenir rock from. Now well into lunchtime, we sought out the nearest decent restaurant. Most places in Afghanistan offer traditional seating, padded floors with pillows instead of tables and chairs. Satiated once more by delicious kebab, bread, and raw onions, we carried on for a smoothie from a local vendor, where I had the first orange banana smoothie they'd ever made. I bring the light. Not far from Bamyan was the final destination of the day and the #1 most visited place in Afghanistan, Banda Mir National Park. Renowned for its rolling hills and shimmering blue lakes, it attracts all comers to appreciate the natural beauty. We headed to the town in the park where we walked over to a popular boat rental spot. Families all around renting paddle boats, while we opted for a short ride on a motorboat. Definitely one of the most beautiful places I've ever been, and yet another challenge to our preconceived notions of this country. Ride complete, I had my first discourteous interaction of the trip. The local donkeys were not